The last time you cried, you probably felt embarrassed about it afterward. Maybe you turned away, covered your face, apologized. But that instinct, to cry and then hide that you cried, is one of the strangest things a human being can do, because no other animal on Earth produces emotional tears. Not one. And the reason we do will permanently change how you think about every relationship you've ever had. Let's start with what a tear actually is. Your eyes produce 3 types of tears, and most people have never heard of 2 of them. The first type is basal. Your eyes are making these right now without your awareness. They coat the surface of your eye constantly, keeping it lubricated and protected. The second type is reflex tears. Chop an onion, walk into smoke, get something in your eye. Your body flushes the irritant out. Every animal with eyes produces both of these. They are maintenance fluid. They are not what we are talking about. The third type is emotional tears, and only one species on Earth produces them. In the 1980s, a biochemist named William Frey spent years doing something almost no scientist had bothered to do before him. He collected human emotional tears under controlled conditions and analyzed exactly what was inside them. What he found separated emotional tears chemically from every other type. They contained something reflex tears did not: protein-based hormones, specifically adrenocorticotropic hormone, a chemical your body releases directly in response to stress. Emotional tears are not overflow. They are not your eyes malfunctioning under pressure. They are your body actively excreting stress hormones through your face. When you cry, you are not just expressing emotion. You are physically removing it. Frey found that people consistently reported feeling better after crying, not because something had changed in their situation, but because something had changed in their chemistry. The crying itself was doing biological work, but that only explains what tears do internally. It does not explain why we evolved to make them visible in the first place. And that is where it gets strange, because here is the problem with emotional tears from an evolutionary standpoint. Crying makes you visible. It signals vulnerability. It blurs your vision at exactly the moment you might need to see clearly. In a world full of predators and competing tribes, broadcasting your distress in a way that temporarily blinds you should have been eliminated by natural selection a very long time ago. The fact that it wasn't, the fact that it persisted and became uniquely, exclusively human, means it must have been doing something so valuable that the cost was worth it. Evolutionary biologist Oren Hassan at Tel Aviv University spent years working out what that something was. His conclusion was this: emotional tears are a signal, not just a byproduct of feeling something, a deliberate, involuntary, and extraordinarily difficult to fake social signal. Think about what crying actually communicates in the moment it happens. It says, I am not a threat right now. My vision is compromised. I am vulnerable, and I am not hiding it. For social animals living in tight groups where trust was the difference between surviving and not, this signal was worth everything. It told the people around you that you were being genuine. You could fake a smile. You could fake confidence. But producing tears on command is almost physiologically impossible. The signal was honest precisely because it was uncontrollable. And in return for that honesty, something happened in the people watching. When humans see another human cry, it triggers an automatic neurological response. Studies using fMRI imaging have shown that observing someone else's tears activates your own pain and empathy networks almost immediately, faster than conscious thought. You don't decide to feel something for the person crying. Your brain is already responding before you've processed what you're seeing. The tears bypassed your rational mind and went directly to the part of you that feels. This was the mechanism. Emotional tears bound groups together by creating involuntary empathy in the people who witnessed them. They were the original social glue, operating beneath language, beneath conscious decision, beneath any choice at all. For hundreds of thousands of years, in groups of roughly 150 people, this mechanism was constantly running. Someone loses a child. Someone returns injured from a hunt. Someone watches their shelter burn. The tears communicate what words at that stage of human development could not fully carry, and the group responds, not because they chose to, but because their neurology left them no option. But here is what nobody talks about. The same mechanism that binds also manipulates. Hassan's research noted something that makes evolutionary sense, but feels uncomfortable to say plainly. Because tears are such an honest and powerful signal, and because they trigger such an automatic empathic response, they also became one of the most effective tools of social influence a human being possesses. The child who cries gets attention. The adult who cries in conflict shifts the emotional dynamics of the room. The person who cries when asking for something changes the neurological state of everyone listening. listening. This is not cynicism. This is the other side of the same coin. The mechanism that made early human groups compassionate and bonded also created a vulnerability that every human learns to navigate, usually without realizing it is happening at all. And then there is the hiding. Remember the embarrassment you felt, the turning away, the apology. That instinct is not weakness, and it is not irrational. In modern life, the same signal that once bound small, tight groups together now fires in contexts it was never built for. A work meeting, a public argument, a conversation with someone you have just met. The signal is honest. But the environment is wrong. Your biology is broadcasting vulnerability to people who are not your tribe, in situations where the ancient rules of reciprocal trust do not apply. The embarrassment is your modern brain recognizing that the ancient signal misfired. You are not embarrassed because you felt something. You are embarrassed because your oldest social technology just ran in the wrong context. So here is what actually happened the last time you cried. Your body detected something significant: loss, relief, overwhelm, connection. And it responded the way it has responded for hundreds of thousands of years. It produced a signal so honest it could not be faked, so powerful it bypassed the rational minds of everyone who saw it, and so ancient it predates every language ever spoken. It physically cleared stress hormones from your system. It told the people around you, without a single word, exactly where you were. And then you apologized for it. No other animal on earth can do what you just did. Not one. The signal that embarrasses you is the same one that built every bond of trust, every act of collective grief, every moment of genuine human connection that your species has ever produced. You didn't malfunction. You did exactly what you were built to do.